Imagine this first. You are 5 winters old, perhaps 6, though no one has ever told you your true age. You live within the high ochre walls of Carthage, the city the Greeks call the shining city by the sea, though your people call it Kart-Hadasht, New Town. The sun bakes the stone white by midday and gilds the roofs with warmth. The air tastes of salt from the harbor and the sweet smoke of temple fires that never truly die out. Your name is Baal Hanat. It means the grace of the Lord. But you are not the only one who bears such a name. Many children do. It is your mother's voice that tells you who you are when she pulls you to her chest at night, pressing your small ear to her heartbeat so you hear the thunder that keeps you alive. You are small for your age, a sparrow-boned child, hair the color of wet sand and eyes dark like figs. Your father is a merchant. He spends long weeks on the ships that leave the Kothon harbor, carrying purple dye and glass beads to far-off lands. When he returns, he brings you gifts. A shell that sings of the ocean, a carved toy lion, a pair of gold earrings you are too young to wear. Each gift is a promise that he will always come back, but the sea is greedy. Sometimes fathers do not come home. In Carthage, the streets run like veins from the harbors to the Tophet, the sacred open-air sanctuary where the children of the city are given back to the gods when the city needs mercy. You have walked past its high walls of pale stone. You have smelled the resin and incense that drift above the trees there. You have not yet known its purpose, but you will. You are a child. You know little, but you have begun to know fear. When you wake in the darkest hours of the night, you hear whispers behind the clay walls of your home. You see your mother's face, half lit by the oil lamp. Her lips are pressed together until they are white. Your father does not meet her eyes. He looks instead at the small amulet that hangs above your sleeping place, a bronze image of Tanit, the goddess, her hands upraised in blessing or in demand. There are rumors that the harvest will fail, that the sea grows restless, that an enemy ship was seen just beyond the headland, black sails against a blacker sky. When you cough at night, your mother weeps into her hands. You do not understand. One morning, you stand at the door as your father returns from the temple, ash smudged across his forehead. You lift your hand to touch him, but he flinches, just for a breath, before pulling you into an embrace so tight it almost hurts. You do not know he has spoken your name to the priests. You do not know your name has been carried up in smoke to the gods who hold Carthage in their hands. You only feel the thunder of his heart against your ear. You have never seen the Tophet from inside its walls until the day they dress you in your finest tunic, one you have worn only once before for the spring festival. Its linen is stiff against your shoulders. Your mother smooths your hair back from your brow, and when she kisses your cheek, her tears leave salt behind. They walk you up the path that winds through the cypress trees. You hold your mother's hand in one fist, your carved lion in the other. The lion's eyes are bright with small chips of glass. You keep your eyes on its tiny mane when you feel the weight of other eyes, the priests in their white robes, the women with their heads covered in purple veils, the drummers beating the slow pulse that echoes your heart. You hear other children's voices ahead, some crying, some singing softly, some silent. A row of mothers line the stone benches, faces pale as marble. You feel the earth cool beneath your bare feet. You smell the cedar wood piled high beside the stone altar. There are flowers too, rosemary, lilies, and bitter herbs. The smoke coils upward, carrying your breath toward the sky. You do not know you stand on the edge of the world, do not know this is the last dawn you will ever see. Your mother lifts you to her lap as she sits near the altar. You are too old to be held like this, but you curl into her anyway. You bury your face in the crook of her neck where her smell is strongest. Oil, smoke, the sea. She rocks you. She hums the song she sang when you were small enough to sleep in a basket beside her bed. You drift in and out of the world around you, the drum's heartbeat, the salt of tears on your tongue, the murmur of prayers spoken over your head. You remember your father's hands hoisting you onto his shoulders to see the harbor at sunset, the ships like tiny toys upon the wind-dark sea. You remember your sister teaching you to braid reeds into crowns. You remember the taste of figs bursting warm between your teeth, the feel of your feet pounding down the alleyways of the bazaar. When you ran too fast for your mother to catch, you remember being alive. A priest approaches. His face is painted with ochre and charcoal. He does not look at you, not really. He sees something else. The promise you carry, the offering you will become. Your mother's arms stiffen around you as he speaks the words. You do not know the language. It is the old tongue, the tongue of the first Phoenicians. But you feel its weight, its ancient shape, pressing against your bones. He anoints your forehead with oil. You shiver. It is cold and smells of crushed herbs. The drumming quickens. Somewhere behind you, a goat bleats, its voice a single desperate note that vanishes into the smoke. You turn your face toward the sun. It is just rising now, burning away the sea's mist, painting the city walls gold. You want to remember this color. You want to carry it with you wherever they will send you. When they take you from your mother's lap, she does not scream. She makes no sound at all. Her face is stone, her eyes deep wells that do not break upon you. You think for a moment that you hate her, that you hate this silence more than you hate the flame that licks at the cedar, wood piled high. But you do not really hate her. She is as trapped as you are. They carry you to the altar. The stone is slick with old blood and oil. You see carvings beneath your feet, spiral shapes, sun discs, the face of Tanit with her open hands. You lie down as they place you upon the wood. Your lion toy falls from your grasp. It lands beside the priest's foot. No one picks it up. You think of the sea. You think of the ships that will sail safely because you do not. You think of your father's face. The way his eyes pleaded with the priest to remember his name, your name, when the fires rose high. You do not understand how your small life could save a city. But you know that it must. When the flame touches your tunic, it is not the fire you feel first. It is the wind. It rises around you as if to lift you from the altar, carrying your breath, your fear, your child's heart beat upward. You see the sky, so blue and endless above the smoke. You see the outline of the cypress trees, their branches pointing like spears to the heavens. You open your mouth to cry out, but the sound does not come. It is carried away on the wind, a whisper among the prayers. You feel the moment your body does not belong to you. You feel the heat sear through cloth, through skin, through the thin bones of your ribs. You feel the fire open you like a blossom, offering the smoke of your breath to the gods whose altars must always be fed. Your eyes blur. The sun shatters behind your lashes. You think of your mother's lullaby. You think of figs and salt and the lion's tiny mane. You think of nothing at all. They will bury your bones in an urn with your name carved upon its lip. Baal Hanut, grace of the Lord. It will sit in the Tophet with thousands like it, small stone jars lined up like sentinels, a garden of ash and prayers. In years to come, foreign soldiers will find these urns and wonder at the cruelty of a people who fed their children to the fire. They will speak of barbarity and darkness. They will not understand the fear that made fathers choose which child to offer when the fields turned to dust. They will not know your mother's arms, how they held you so tightly your bones ached with love. They will not know that in Carthage, to give what you loved most was to promise the city would stand. That your breath might become the wind that fills the sails, the rain that feeds the barley, the shield that holds the enemy at bay. They will not know you were not just a sacrifice, you were a promise. Centuries pass. The city rises and falls and rises again, its stones broken and rebuilt by hands that never remember your name. But you remain a whisper in the Tophet's dust. A child's face painted in the mind's eye of scholars and dreamers who stand in the ruins, feeling the scorch of the sun on their necks. Sometimes they speak your story aloud. Sometimes they turn away, unable to bear the truth of what it means to love so fiercely that you give even your own flesh and blood to the smoke. If they stand very still, they might feel the echo of your heartbeat beneath their feet. They might hear your mother's lullaby in the hiss of the wind through the cypress. They might look up beyond the broken walls, to the blue sea, where ships once sailed, safe beneath the watchful gaze of a child given to the fire. So imagine now you are that child. You sit at the altar's edge, your small hands clutching a carved lion. You taste salt on your tongue. You see the blue of the sky through drifting smoke. You feel your mother's arms one last time. You hear the heartbeat of drums, the whisper of prayers spoken in the old tongue. You feel the moment your breath leaves you and becomes something larger than your tiny bones could ever hold. You are not gone. You are not forgotten. You are the promise the city keeps, the name whispered when the winds rise, and the rain falls, when the ships return safe to harbor. You are Baal Hanut. You are the grace of the Lord. And when they stand among the stones, centuries from now, they will know, if only for a heartbeat, what it meant to be you, a child, a sacrifice, a whisper of hope in a city of fire and sea.